Episode 119. Liu Hao felt like crying but had no tears. I was just putting on a show with that bun. I never actually wanted to keep playing with that rotten bun.
So he quickly replied, I'm not great at PK, but my dungeon running skills are top-notch. I swear. When are you going to take me on a record run?
There aren't any records to break right now, as I saw.
But I saw that the Frost Forest dungeon record you said in the early hours got broken again. Aren't you going to try for the record again?
Well, we'll see about that.
Ye Xiu replied with a chuckle. Hey, can't get it back up, can you?
Liu Hao felt another surge of smug satisfaction. He kept up the act.
So, Great God, what are you up to now?
Take me with you.
I'm grinding levels in the burial grounds. If you want to level up, come join me.
All right? Liu Hao replied to the message, then let out a long sigh of relief. Finally, I've successfully infiltrated this guy's circle. Now let's see what he's really up to in the new server. After getting the coordinates, Liu Hao immediately sent Lai Henjian toward the direction of the burial grounds. Upon arriving, he spotted a male and a female character, each wielding a battle lance, clearing out monsters. The female character's feet shimmered with magical ripples, a clear sign of the signature Battle Mage's Chaser state. The male character, however, used Battle Mage skills without any of the signature chasers. It was Lord Grimm, the unspecialized character masquerading as a Battle Mage. Hey, Liu Hao called out, testing his voice while the distance was still short. He adopted a tone that didn't sound much like his own. He tried out a few phrases, and the voice chat's inherent distortion helped mask his identity further. Convinced that Ye Qiu couldn't recognize him, Liu Hao calmly motioned for Lai Henjian to step forward. Master. Liu Hao stepped forward to greet him, a flicker of nervousness in his heart. Yeah, I'm here, he replied casually. An invitation to join the party had already been sent. Liu Hao accepted the invitation and joined the party. Concealing a sinister smirk, he noted the two members already inside. One was Lord Grimm, the other was Cold Mist. Although they were on the same team, they fought monsters separately, with no coordination or interaction between them. After Li Henjian joined, the two exchanged a brief greeting before returning to their own tasks. With Liu Hao joining the fray, the three of them fell into a rhythm of working independently. With no one stepping up to coordinate with him, Liu Hao had no choice but to hack away at the monsters alone. What made it even more frustrating was that these two just fought monsters without saying a word. Although Liu Hao had disguised his voice, he still didn't dare to say too much. He was quite pleased to see Ye Qiu was leveling up with a partner. He figured that by just listening in on their conversation, he might be able to pick up the information he was after. But after arriving, aside from a single hello during the initial meeting, I haven't heard a second word from him since. After fighting for a while, Liu Hao grew thoroughly frustrated. If I'd known these two wouldn't talk, I should have spoken up right when I got here. He'd been silent for a while now. Would suddenly asking questions seem suspicious? With that thought, Liu Hao had no choice but to keep to himself, only occasionally glancing over to check on the two of them. Gradually, he noticed something unusual. Lord Grimm's attack power was incredibly high. Liu Hao was, after all, a professional level player. He still had that basic level of judgment. Junmo Xiao wasn't a true battle mage, but his execution of the class's combat style and his damage output were even stronger than Han Yanru's. Liu Hao had been watching that Han Yanru closely. This player's mechanics are incredibly fast. Compared to Lord Grimm, the gap in their damage output can't be due to a difference in skill. That leaves only one explanation: Lord Grimm's gear is superior. The most direct way to boost attack power is, of course, the weapon. Even though Liu Hao was a pro player, he couldn't quite place this level 25 weapon. If it were his main class, the magic swordsman's weapon, he'd have a better chance. But this spear in Lord Grimm's hands, with its white, tipped point, He couldn't place it at all. Once he noticed the output discrepancy, Liu Hao began to pay closer attention to his own operation. He needed to match Zhen Moxiao's rhythm precisely. Then, by comparing the damage output on his own mobs, he could estimate Lord Grimm's attack power. Even though they were different classes, a pro player could still make that kind of judgment. The result left Liu Hao utterly stunned. He'd considered that Lord Grimm's weapon might be an orange tier weapon, but judging by its damage output, it seems to be even better than an orange weapon. This looks like a level 25 silver weapon. Liu Hao could hardly believe it. He had Li Henjiang and Mo Xiao maintain a synchronized rhythm for several more moves. Yet he had to admit his initial assessment was correct, and the certainty of it only grew clearer. Such a glaring gap in damage output couldn't be caused by some minor piece of gear. It has to be the raw attack power difference from his weapon.
The silver weapon! This guy actually has a silver weapon! The new server's only been open for a few days! He already has a silver weapon. What is it? He's at the battle spear, Kui Xi. It doesn't look like it.
Kuai Qi was a silver weapon wielded by the battle god, one autumn leaf. Liu Hao had naturally seen it many times.
It was completely different from the one before him now. Besides, even Ye Qiu might not fully understand how evil annihilation was forged. Custom equipment is a club's top-level secret. Is this guy really still not giving up?
Are you really planning to make a comeback to the pro scene? So you plan to return to the pro scene with this account and this silver weapon?
Once he recognized that the weapon in Lord Grimm's hands was a silver weapon. With that thought, Liu Hao became even more cautious. He decided to lie low to bide his time until he could figure out exactly what Ye Xiu was up to. And so, the three of them continued to grind monsters in silence as the sky gradually began to lighten. After the initial surge of excitement wore off, Liu Hao was hit by wave after wave of exhaustion. He wasn't in the habit of pulling all-nighters, but tonight, Liu Hao had stayed up until dawn. Liu Hao was now yawning uncontrollably, but the two of them showed no sign of stopping. Liu Hao had no choice but to grit his teeth and endure, afraid that leaving early would cause him to miss some crucial information. At 7 in the morning, 11 Lap's voice the Ida Forda Yisiu suddenly logged off without a word. Liu Hao was taken aback, but a wave of joy surged within him.
Finally, I can go take a break.
But as soon as he finished off the last few monsters, Lord Grimm logged it right back into the game. He went right back to silently grinding monsters.
Damn. How long are these two planning to keep this up?
Liu Hao, eyes bloodshot, struggled before his computer as the hours ticked by 8, 9, 10. The two of them showed no sign of backing down. What was worse, the two of them still didn't say a word, just mechanically grinding away at the monsters, as if they'd never get bored. The monster hunt continued past 11, but Li Henjian suddenly stopped moving. Ye Xiu and Tang Ru didn't notice at first, but once they did, they quickly rushed to clear the monsters swarming around him. They stood guard for a moment, but the player still didn't move. Where'd he go? Tiang Ru asked. Maybe something came up. Yes. It's just a small thing. Neither of them paid it much mind, continuing their own training. A short while later, Li Hanzhan finally stirred, struggling mightily, and returned after slaying a few monsters. Kim, still a minor issue, the two of them thought, continuing to pay it no mind. They simply continued with their own training.